Hey guys, my name is Jaylyn and I am a 5-star Diamond Elite Coach. I am the CEO and founder of my team called Team Motivation Nation. And I wanted to record this video today to kind of share my story and talk about how Beachbody Coaching has changed my life. And I haven't done one for about a year, so it's time to do a new one because life has continued to change. It's really hard for me to sum up how much our life has changed, and I hope I don't cry, but when something changes your life so much, it's hard to not be passionate about it, and so that's why we're sharing this stuff with you. So I'm going to start like way back, okay? So I started coaching in January of 2015, so a little over a year and a half ago. And I'm going to go back before that, so you know where I was in my life before that. So my husband was working full-time in his career, something he's wanted to do all his life. He loved it. The pay is not super awesome, but he loved it, and that was important to us. Yet, we still had a lot of bills. And he went to school to be a pilot, so he has pilot debt, but he didn't end up going into that field. The market crashed about that time, and we started having babies, and he was like, I just can't do this. I don't want to be away from them. So he changed careers and went into a job profession that he's always wanted along with being a pilot. So he jumped into that profession, and we knew things were going to be tight. We knew that paying off his debt was going to be very hard, and to say it was hard was an understatement. This is where I always get emotional. I worked odd and end jobs, but I wanted to stay home with my babies. That was always a priority for us, was for me to stay home with the kids. I did photography. I did nails. I did window washing. I was going to start a children's choir. All these odd and end things just to help kind of cushion so that we could survive. And to make a very long story short, when I started coaching, I was in the darkest point of my life. I had just had my fourth baby about 9 months before, and I gained weight nursing. It's always so discouraging to me. I could totally eat like nasty, not exercise at all during pregnancy, and I'd gain hardly any weight. But as soon as I start nursing, my body wigs out, or it's all the crap I ate. I don't know. But anyway, I end up heavier after nursing than I do when I'm full-blown pregnant delivery date. And it affected how I felt about myself. And so I didn't want to get dressed every day. It made me mad. When you don't feel good, it doesn't just affect how you feel about yourself physically. I was not happy, and it affected my marriage really hardcore. Rock bottom, to the point where we had to decide if it was worth fighting for. And I remember being so frustrated. I felt like everything was working against us when I was trying to do everything right, and I felt like, we made our family a priority that was important to us. We were doing everything we could to pay the bills. My husband was working full-time, taking on extra shifts, and we were barely skating by it. We were falling apart. And so when I started, I was desperate. I decided, I'm done. I'm done living this way. I'm done feeling like crap. I watched my coach for a year and a half. I watched her, and I saw her life change, and I saw mine go the other way. And when I finally was done with life, I was like, hey, I think I want to do what you're doing. I have no idea what that even means, though. And she put me into a sneak peek group just like this one, which is funny. And I knew immediately, I could not wait for the thing to be over, and it was 3 days the one I went through, and I couldn't wait for it to be over because I was like, let's do this. First and foremost, I thought, if I feel better about myself physically, then maybe I'll feel better about life. And a big part of the story was I was watching my niece at the time for daycare, something to help make ends meet. We still weren't making ends meet. I had creditors calling me every single day. So I was like, okay, super stressed out. I watched her on opposite days of my husband's shift. So like we never had a long time as a family. We never had a long time as a couple. And it got to the point where I was like, I can't do this anymore. So I quit, which probably wasn't the smartest idea. I had no backup at that time. And the money I was earning by watching her was helping us kind of stay afloat, kind of. And so when I quit that, I was like, oh shiz, like, I need to do something. So when I got through the sneak peek, I was like, maybe this can work. Maybe that can provide enough money, I needed it to cover our utility bill and our car payment. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do this. And I got into it just, I'm going to work on myself and I'm going to share the heck out of it because I feel like crap and I want to help others. And it worked. And the first month, I made enough to cover those bills that we needed. And I was so stoked. Like, my husband and I remember thinking, like, when the checks came in, like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Like, just a couple $100 was, like, just a huge weight off of our shoulders. I continued on my journey. And I lost 40 pounds in about 6 months. And I totally felt like a new person. And something that this business gave me was friends. I didn't realize how much I needed them until I got them. And a lot of these people I'd never met in my life. They were on the team I joined. And then I started doing challenge groups and helping people. And they were having amazing results. And they started coaching because when you change your own life, you want to share it. And all of a sudden I was surrounded by just this amazing community. And my newsfeed was awesome. It changed from like horribleness to amazing, positive, supportive, motivating, just everything I needed. And 8 months in, I was replacing my husband's income, which doesn't seem like, this isn't all about money, but when you have creditors calling you every single day, kind of like makes it more of a reality. And we paid off our car. We were behind on our car when I started, behind on the car payment. We paid it 10 days late every single time. Like, we had to. And we paid it off 2 years early. And all because of coaching. We were finally able to go on trips without putting on credit cards and using our tax return. That's what we used our tax return for every year, was a trip to Disneyland. And we started going on family vacations, not to Disneyland, and not having to put it on a credit card. And we paid off credit cards. And the end of the year rolled around, and we were able to buy Christmas with cash. And it's so amazing to me, the opportunity that this business has. At the end of the year, my husband got a new job, totally different state, has better pay long term, better benefits, and so we made the move. And we were gonna rent. We'd been renting for years. We just didn't think we'd be able to qualify for anything, given our debt situation. But because we had paid off $11,000 in credit card debt and paid off our car, we found a home and we bought it. We were not planning on that, so we didn't have our down payment saved up. And in 1 month's time, I was able to save up our down payment for our house. 1 year from when I started. We've since bought a truck. We've been on trips we never could have taken before. We've been able to take our family on vacations. And we're finally living the life we wanted. So instead of just me losing weight, it completely transformed our life. And the best part that I haven't shared with you yet is my marriage. It's like a sob fest, I'm sorry. Happy tears. as a coach, you really, really, really work hard on personal development. And this was something I was like, I don't need that, I'm good. That's a sign that you need personal development when you think you don't need it. I started reading personal development with my husband, and we started working out together. We were able to have dates because we could afford a babysitter. And it changed our marriage for the better. Because I felt better about myself, that changed my marriage. For someone to say that it doesn't matter how big you are, you should love yourself anyway, amen, you should love yourself as a person. My body is not who I am as a person. I'm a good moral person, but that doesn't mean I felt good in my body. I didn't. I felt trapped. I felt like it didn't match the person on the inside, and that affected how I felt with my husband. So fixing that and working on personal development, where I was trying to better myself every day and I was trying to get my mindset in the right spot, it changed our marriage. So every area of my life has been touched by coaching. And I would feel selfish not to share that. If it can do it for me, it can do it for you. And I know it because I've seen it. I've seen it personally. I've seen it in my team. I've seen it from other coaches on the team I joined. This is not something that's just for certain people. This is something for someone who is ready to change their life. They're sick of how they feel. They want to be able to be happy and positive and motivating and inspiring, and they want to help others. It's for people who are so sick of having creditors call them every single day, and they want to change their financial status. It's for people who are struggling in their marriage and in their relationships. Everything about your life will change when you become a coach, because it's all based around becoming a better person. When you're a better person, every area of your life changes. Our life is literally 180 degrees. And sometimes we sit and we talk about, like, I can't believe this is our life. It's less than 2 years after I started. My life has changed because of coaching. The team we are on is amazing. There is just so much support and motivation that comes from coming together and working on a common goal, which is to better yourself. You'll find that we have all shapes and sizes on this team. We have totally different personalities on this team, but we all get along because we're all working together. We're all working together to better ourselves and in turn help others better themselves. That's it. That is what we do as coaches. And in return, our lives are changed. So that's kind of the story of my life and my journey as a coach, and it continues to change every day for the better. And I'm so grateful that I finally just decided to do this. And I decided I was done, and I was going to make a change, and I was going to change it for the better, and I was going to use coaching as a vessel to do that. So I hope that you enjoy your time in the sneak peek, and I hope that you ask questions and get engaged and don't be shy. We have all been where you are. We were all a skeptic. I was a skeptic for 1.5 years. Clearly, I was a skeptic. I watched for too long. So ask questions, be involved. Let us know if you need any help. Let us know your struggles. Let us know your why. Let us know what you're doing this for so we can help you. And I promise you, if you jump in with both feet and you do this, your life will change for the better. And I'm excited to see who's going to do that. Okay, I'll talk to you guys later. See ya.